Good morning, students. Good morning to all of you. Now I am going to discuss about the basic concepts of operating system. What are the topics we are going to discuss? First one is, what is an operating system? Simple batch system, multi-programming batch system, time-sharing system, personal computer systems, parallel systems, distributed systems, and real-time systems. Now, we will discuss about what is an operating system. Already you know about what is an operating system. Operating system is a program that acts as an intermediary between user of a computer and the computer hardware. It will be the intermediary between the user and the computer hardware. It has some goals: execute user programs and make solving user problems easier, and make the computer system convenient to use. We can easily use the hardware and the software in a computer system through an operating system. And also we can use the computer hardware in an efficient manner. Computer system components. What are the different computer system components here? Hardware, operating system, application programs, user. There are 4 main components of a system here: hardware, operating system, application programs, and user. All of you know about the hardware. Hardware is nothing but is a touchable things of a system, touchable part of a system. It provides basic computing resources, that is called an hardware. Like example of hardware, CPU, memory, IO devices, they are called different hardware parts of a system. Operating system. Already we have seen the definition of operating system is a program. It is an interface between user and the hardware. So it controls and coordinates the use of the hardware among the various application programs for the various users. So then next one is application programs. So what do you mean by application program? It is also a software, but it defines the way in which the system resources are used to solve computing problems of the users, compilers, database systems, video games, business programs. They are called as some different examples of application programs. Users. User can communicate with the system through operating system. Users nothing but people's machines and other computers. They are called different system components. Then abstract view of a system components. First, there are so many users in a system component. The user can communicate with the system through an operating system and application programs. So this is the view of system components: user 1, user 2, user 3, etc. user n. There are so many users. User may be interact with the computer, compiler, assembler, text editor, database system, etc. A system is having system and application programs. Then next, operating system definitions. It may be called a resource allocator because operating system manages and allocates resources. It also called a control program. It controls the execution of user programs and operations of I/O devices. Now one more definition, kernel. Kernel is one of the program running at all times. That's called a operating system definitions. Next one, simple batch systems. There are a few points in a simple batch system. First, hire an operator, user not equal to operator, add a card reader, reduce setup time by batching similar jobs, automatic job sequencing. It automatically transfers the control from one job to another. It's nothing but automatic job sequencing. Resident monitor. Initial controlling monitor. Control transfers to job. When job completes, control transfers back to the monitor. This is called a simple batch system. Then what is a memory layout for a simple batch system? First, operating system program, then user program area. So next one, control cards. What are the problems? Number one, how does the monitor know about the nature of the job? For example, Fortran versus assembly, or which program to execute. Second problem is, how does the monitor distinguish job from job, data from program? So using control cards, we can solve this type of problems. Solution is introduce control cards. Then we have some special cards that tell the resident monitor which programs to run. There are job, FTN, run, data and end. There are so many special cards. Special characters distinguish control cards from data or program cards. There are some special characters in column 1, in column 1 and 2, 709 in column 1. Parts of resident monitor. It has some parts: control card interpreter, loader, device driver. What is the purpose of control card interpreter? Is to responsible for reading and carrying out instruction on the cards. Loader loads system programs and application programs into memory. Device drivers know special characters and properties for each of the system's I/O devices. What is the problem? Slow performance. I/O and CPU could not overlap. Card reader very slow. Solution is offline operation. It speed up computation by loading jobs into memory from tapes and card reading and line printing done offline. Then spooling. Overlap I/O devices of one job with computation of another job while executing one job, the OS. Next, reads the next job from card reader into a storage area on the disk. Outputs printout of previous job from disk to printer. Job pool, data structure that allows the OS to select which job to run next in order to increase CPU utilization. We have a multi-programmed batch system. Here there are several jobs are kept in main memory at the same time, and the CPU is multiplexed among them. So this is the diagram for multi-programmed batch system. OS features needed for multi-programming. I/O routine supplied by the system. I/O devices routine supplied by the system, because there are so many programs need I/O devices. So I/O routine supplied by the system. Memory management. The system must allocate the memory to several jobs. CPU scheduling. The system must choose among several jobs ready to run. Then allocation of devices. There are so many OS features needed for multi-programming. Time sharing system. Interactive computing. The CPU is multiplexed among several jobs that are kept in memory and on disk. A job is swapped in and out of memory to the disk. Online communication between the user and the system is provided. When the operating system finishes the execution of one command, it seeks the next control statement not from a card reader, but rather from the user's keyboard. Online system must be available for users to access data and code. Then personal computer system. What do you mean personal computers? PC. It's nothing but a single user. Computer system dedicated to a single user. There are so many I/O devices, keyboards, mouse, display, screens, small printers, etc. Then user convenience and responsiveness. It can adapt technology developed for a large operating system. Often individuals have sole use of computer and do not need advanced CPU utilization of protection features. So what is the migration of operating system concepts and features? This is, initially we are using mainframes in 1950, then in 1960 compilers, 1970 multi-users, 1980 Unix, 1990 Unix. Nowadays we are using multiprocessor compilers, etc. Then parallel systems. Multiprocessor system with more than one CPU in close communication. Tightly coupled system. Processors share memory and a clock. Communication usually takes place through the shared memory. Advantages of parallel system: increased throughput, economical, increased reliability. Then symmetric multiprocessing. Each processor runs an identical copy of the operating system. Many processors can run at once without performance deterioration. Most modern operating systems support SMP. Asymmetric multiprocessing. Each processor is assigned a specific task. Master processor schedules and allocates work to slave processors, more common in extremely large systems. Then symmetric multiprocessing architecture. There are so many central processing units shares memory. Then real-time system, often used as a control device in a dedicated application such as controlling scientific experiments, medical imaging systems, industrial control systems, and some displayed systems. well-defined fixed time constraints. Hard real-time system, soft real-time system. Then distributed system. What is the main purpose of distributed system? It to distribute the computation among several physical processes. Loosely coupled system. Each processor has its own local memory. Processors communicate with one another through various communication lines such as high-speed buses or telephone lines. What are the advantages of distributed systems? Resource sharing, computation speed up, load sharing, reliability and communication. Network operating system. It provides file sharing, it provides communication scheme, it runs independently from other computers on the network. Distributed operating system. Less autonomy between computers, gives the impression there is a single operating system controlling the network. Okay, thank you guys.